Yo, what's up y'all? It's Junebug and I'm going to show y'all all my tackle. So, I'm going to show you my tackle box, what's in it, and I'm going to show you my rod. So we can start with my rod. It's so my rod is a Pflueger. Tryon. It's, I believe, 6 foot. Yeah, 6 foot, medium. It's pretty good rod. Then I have a Strike King 2-tap tungsten rattle trap. It's Chili Crawl. And then I have a Lew's Mach 2 reel. I've had it for about 2.5 years or so, maybe more. I've had it for a while. And on it I have 14-pound fluorocarbon. Now, in my tackle box, which is a Plano, I got it about a year or two ago. Take my pliers off. I got these pliers pretty recently. They're just fishing pliers. They have the, I don't even know what that's called, but it's helpful for like getting the hook in between there, and you clamp it down. And then it has the line cutters. These are pretty sharp. About $17. They were pretty good. They're pretty good. And then I have clippers. These have gotten dull from cutting line, but they still work. And then just normal clippers, they work also. And these have a, for when the eye, little spike, for when the eye is covered in paint. That's what that's for. Yeah. And it's got little grips. It's pretty good. Now, I'm going to start from the top to the bottom. My top bucket, my top box has medium and medium water cover. Also bottom, it has a couple jigs and spinner baits, swim baits, more jigs. This one's a Guggen Squad 1/4 ounce. I believe it's a little, I think it's called Little Juicy. And I have a couple other spinner baits and whatnot in there. Jigs. There's a lot of stuff. Now this is one of my terminal tackle boxes. So this has hooks. And it's got a couple. It's where I keep my shrimp. It's got drop shot hooks, wacky rig hooks, fancy drop shot hooks, the swivel right here, frog hooks, obviously worm hooks, you know, EWG, I can get out, EWG, and I always forget the name of these. These are called Offset. They're pretty good. And you know, got a couple things for crappie. A little spinner bait, like beetle spin, and I have this pre-rigged worm that I haven't used yet. It might be bad. It might be good. I got a couple treble hooks. You know, normal stuff. Hooks, and that's about it. I have a little grasshopper cricket that dives. It's like a little crankbait. And I have miniature crankbaits. Very small. I think I have one that broke. It was just like this, a different color here. And then little swim baits. Storm is the brand. They're pretty good. And the third box is the heaviest. So this thing is not a jig. It's called a slither rig. Slither, like a snake, and then rig. And it's a tungsten weight, a really heavy tungsten weight. It's like 1 ounce or so. And it has little sparkles in it. Green sparkles. But it's a skirted weight. It's for Texas rigs and Carolina, well, more for Texas rigs because, you know, you kind of can't do that with a Carolina rig or it'd just be kind of useless. These are just bullet weights. I have big ones, I have small ones, I have really small ones, I have really big ones. These are all actually rusty, but I cleaned them up on a grinder. These are from Bass Pro Shop. They're the Bass Pro Shop brand is what I mean. They have a bullet weight on the top of them. And if you look really closely, this bullet weight has red glitter. You probably can't see it on the camera, but it has red glitter all in it. Just gotta look very close. It's okay, except for the fact that your worm kind of doesn't stay on very well. Even though it has this, but it has almost nothing else to hold on to. I have a, put it out, big swim bait hook. It's got the screw, and it's weighted, and it's a swim bait hook. Got a couple bobbers. know, bobbers. They're just normal. And then I have a spinnerbait blade, and what I did with this was I tried to put a treble hook on it, and it broke off. So, and then after the bobbers, once you get down to the bottom, there is no weights. So the red hooks that I showed you earlier, they are actually for drop shot. And I believe, I know these are for drop shot. Just, they have cylindrical little weights, and then they have a clip. So you just clip your line in. And then there's a ball. I have jig heads. Sizes. Catfish hook. Another catfish hook. A bunch of jig heads. And I don't fish for catfish. I just fish for bass mainly, and perch and brim. So, split shot. Gotta have these. Well, you don't have to, but they're pretty useful for weightless Texas rig. Or not weightless Texas rig. Weightless Senko rig. You can put split shot. I'll have a video up on it pretty soon, showing you how to do that. It's a pretty good rig, in my opinion, and I've caught a lot of fish on it. So then there's the Alabama rig. It's a bait ball. That's about it. A rig, Alabama rig, umbrella rig, bait ball. It's all the same. And then there is a jerk bait. That's a I don't know. It's supposed to stop fast because of its tail. So, got something in my eye. So, now, my topwater box. So, since there's not too much in here, I'll show you everything. Lizard. A lunker lizard. Lunker made it. The brand Lunker. It's a big lizard. It has a stinger hook right here and a slot in the tail. But I feel like it always gets caught in the tail. But it's a slot there. And it has the two hooks there. And then this kind of just, I'm sure you can see what that does in the water. Or imagine it. Another lure. Phantom Spider. It's got the two hooks in the back. Lunker made it. I've never caught anything on either one, but I'm sure they're still good. They're not bad. I've gotten hits with this, but it's a spider. What doesn't eat a spider that's in the water? This is a classic frog, and possibly a cheap one, like Walmart, but it's still a good frog until you catch a couple fish on it, and it'll start tearing up. But it's okay price, okay frog. You can walk it, you can do whatever. A torpedo. I feel like this is kind of an old lure, but it's kind of dying out just a little bit, maybe, but it's still good. It's supposed to imitate a frog or something. This one is for a frog, and it's kind of like a buzzbait. And then I have some poppers. Of course, they all get hung up together. So this one was probably my first popper. It's a hula popper, and pretty good. It's got one treble hook. Now this is an Academy brand popper, and it's also pretty good. It's got two treble hooks. One is one has like a feather, and it's white. It's pretty good. Got red eyes. Now this is an odd bait. So it's got, it's a popper, and it's got the line tie, and it's got a treble hook, but it's connected with that instead of just a normal line tie, or not line tie, just a normal connection. And then it also comes with this little stinger hook type thing, but it's only two. You have to put it on yourself. And I tell you something, when I did it, I hooked myself at least 10 times doing that. I was hooking myself left and right with that thing. It was so bad. I got a slightly bent buzzbait. It's got an extra little noise maker. This will hit against this when it's spinning. So this will spin. So triangle. This will spin, and then this will spin. So they both spin, and this hits itself, or this hits this, and it makes a lot of noise. And I had a big old frog on it, and then I threw it away because the frog was all messed up. So that's, one. So this is a buzzbait, just normal buzzbait, except it has an extremely long trailer. So yeah, I'll save that one for last. There's this. Yeah, the frog buzzbait. Ooh, I almost showed it. Okay, so now there's just a little buzzbait. I feel like all these buzzbaits are bent. Like, look at that. Yeah. night, that would be good, or would be pretty good at night. Now, final one. It's a buzz bait and a spinner bait. And it rattles. You can imagine what that can catch. And it's got a weird little thing. Doesn't even have a skirt. It's got this, and it's got this. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it rattles. Yeah, that's for sure probably my favorite buzzbait out of all these. I've never used it, of course, but I think I'm gonna use it pretty soon. I don't use buzzbaits often, so that's all of my hard baits and stuff like that. Now, in the top of this box, I have this. And in this is a bunch of soft plastics. So, here's where I keep the hard baits and stuff. And this is the middle and bottom. And then this is hooks, this is weights, and this is top water. Which kind of makes no sense, because you'd think the top water should be at the top, but it's not. So I have all that, and I'll show y'all all of that. So this is Trout Trick by Z-Man. Let me show you. Doesn't really smell like much. Y'all might know this. It's with that ElazTech. It's very stretchy. I'm talking about very stretchy. Now this one, it's kind of got messed up right there. You might be able to see that. But it still stretches. And the only problem with this is it's kind of hard to rig up, because your hook doesn't want to penetrate the ElazTech stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take all this stuff out and show y'all. I'm gonna try to do this pretty quick. I have a lot, yeah, but it's all, okay, so, Spike It, garlic scent, it's, makes your lures chartreuse, it's okay, it's pretty good, adds a little bit of attractant, and it makes them smell like garlic, which imitates the smell of blood. This is the Wacky Tool for wacky rigs. I have a video on that if you want to see it. Curly tail worms, culprit. You can never go wrong. It's watermelon candy. It's watermelon, and it's got green and purple and some pink and maybe a little bit of red flake, and black, obviously. Black is in most lures. It's my favorite color for fishing. It's Junebug, and it's some Yum Dingers. So I like them. It's Cinco's. Very, very good. I'm gonna leave this out for a minute because we're going to do a video on that pretty soon. So, these are 6-inch Cincos, and these are Smoke Root Beer / Green and Cop. I don't even know. It looks orangish. Oh, okay. Cop is copper. So it has green and copper flake. And it's called Smoke Root Beer. Okay. And it has green and copper flake, which you can see probably. That's interesting. And it's a 6-inch, which I usually use 5 for most things. 5-inch for Cincos, at least. These are 5. Make sure. Yeah, I think they're 5. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah. As you can tell, baby brush hogs. June bug, again, my favorite color. These are Berkeley Gulp Flukes, Jerk Shad, Sapphire Shine. These are Watermelon Seed Fluke Stick Junior. Those would be good for drop shot compared to a fluke pearl, white pearl, salty super fluke, Zoom makes really good baits. So does a lot of other companies. This is a net bait finesse worm. It's let me get a trick worm. Slimy. So this is a trick worm. This is a finesse worm. They're obviously, I mean, they're 2 different brands, but still, it just shows you it's about an inch shorter. This color is very good, and I believe this is Candy Bug. Nope, this is Red Bug. Okay. Candy Bug is, I think, light purple or so. Something like that, light purple. With some green flake. Boom. Zoom. This is called Watermelon Red Chartreuse. The original trick worm. I mean, that if you say a worm, this is what I think of. This color is very good, and the trick worm is just a beast at catching fish. Let me go turn this off. Sorry about that, y'all. So, Yum Dingers. It's the exact same as this, just one's pink. I don't know, I feel like, if you think about it, worms are pink, or red. They're on that color spectrum. That's a good color. So, those aren't trail dingers. Well, actually, these are sinker stick. They are pretty dry. But it is an okay bait because it shows you how to Texas rig, and wacky rig but I have a video on that. And I also have a video on how to drop shot rig. So, Super Fluke, Watermelon Red, Gary Yamamoto Black and Red. Pretty good bait. Gary Yamamoto is expensive, but it's good, but they tear up really fast. You gotta just think about that. This is Rage Tails, but I have a lot of other baits in here. This is my crawl bait bag. My crawl bag. And I have that there because just throw any crawls in there. I have Zoom, U-Tail. One side is probably pumpkin seed, and I don't know, pumpkin chartreuse. Pretty close. Junebug trick worms. It's actually what I caught my PB on. My PB was a 7-pounder. Didn't think about that. In this, it has little paddle tail swim baits from that you know what I'm talking about. You see that? It's obvious what brand it is. You just kind of don't know. Forgot what the brand is called. Sorry for that brand. This, I'm not really sure. So this is a Texas rig kit. I got it from Bass Pro Shop. There's a Carolina rig kit and a bunch of other kits. It comes with everything you need. It's like a book. It says soft plastic lures for your Texas rig kit. Here's how it works. It shows you a clinch knot. It shows you all kinds of stuff. It's a very good kit. I think it was kind of expensive, but it does teach you a lot on Texas rigs or whatever you get it for. Yeah. It's a big worm. And I think that is also it's Redbug. Yeah. I was thinking it was, but I wasn't sure. Not like telling y'all a lie. Ribbit, hollow body, top toed. It's the hooks that I showed you earlier are for it. The toad, the frog hooks, they're just for this. They're good. They're good. I think they're kind of expensive, but I think they're less. They're not as good as a actual topwater toad. Plus, they're hard to rig up. This is Missile Baits. Red shad green. But it's got 2 tails, as you can see right there. And it has juice stuff, which looks like blood. This is watermelon seed, U-tails. Very good. Curly tail worms are extremely good. Yeah, I have a lot. Curly tail worms. Also Zoom baits and Gary Yamamoto. This is a Swim Senko. It's a Senko. I don't have a lot of Gary Yamamoto because they tear up so fast. It's a Senko. If you look at it like that, and if you look at this, it's a swim bait. But together, it's a swim Senko. I've used it. Never caught a fish on it. I've used it. And they tear up so easy though. So this is my bag of soft plastics. This bag is full. Watch this. Look at this, look at this. I'm sure you can't see that. Look, this is what happens to baits. They go in looking white, or whatever color they are, and then they get bruised up. They stain. But sometimes it's good, because the fish have never seen that. So this was like a clear color, and it's purple and red. A lot of your baits will either bleed onto other baits. It melts, which it has to be a certain type of plastic. Yeah, this is a pink Senko. It's purple. I'm not mad. It just looks interesting. So, my scale. This is the final bit. It's a scale. I mean, it's just a scale. And a tape measure. But it doesn't even go in fully. So, make sure you like and subscribe to help other people see me and help me teach them. And see y'all later. Have a blessed day.